Hi everybody, Russ here. It's
Hey, Les Grant here. How are you doing?
yeah, not too bad. It's a bit different tonight. It's Russ and Les, and we're on. It's the same channel, obviously. UFO Paranormal TV and Flying Saucer Television, but tonight it's a bit different. We call this around the campfire. So we're
Yes.
sitting around talking about anything and everything that might have happened, that things that have happened and come up over the past few days. Anybody out there who probably realise I haven't been around as such, well,
Right.
for a week, uh, because apparently, I don't know. I've been I've been hacked, but I
Oh,
did say to somebody, I called them a naughty word because I thought they were a scammer, basically. And when this person, when I called him, he said, "Look, I know what you're up to. You know, you're a scammer." And
uh-huh.
this person says, made a comment about my mum. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And sent a picture, and said, "This is your mum." And it was some tacky picture. I think it was a call girl. And I'm thinking to myself, what's all that about? You know what I mean, sort of thing.
yes.
Um, and I've had this. This has happened over the past few years with people from different countries
Yeah. Well, I actually have a way to
don't seem to have English as the first language and what have you. They seem
exactly,
to
right. And
they do silly things and you know it's
yeah.
really bizarre. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Oh yeah.
Really,
No, I
sort of like,
completely understand that.
and
Yeah. I yeah,
I think we've got
I've got a way
problems there.
of dealing with that. Yeah. I've got a way of dealing with them actually. I've got a friend of mine who tried scamming, and I told him, I said, "You know what? You need to get another job." I said, "You're not gonna get paid that well." And then he actually, confided to me his real name and what he was doing and all that, so now we're really good friends, and he told me, that it's over in Nigeria, and they speak Yoruba, and
Yeah.
so as soon as I get something that looks like a scam, I just put down, "Do you speak Yoruba?" And they're like, and then the other word that I use is Oba, OBA. So I speak Yoruba,
All
Oba.
right.
That means, do you speak Yoruba, boss? Hey, boss. And then they're like, wait. Then they're like,
Anyway,
wait a minute.
the thing is, I don't know what the heck happened, but
Yeah,
sort of like pretending to be other people. And the worst thing about it is, and this is the worst thing about it, that you start thinking the same about everybody. Sort of like you're thinking, wow,
yeah,
who the heck have I got on me Facebook?
right.
You know what I mean, sort of
No,
thing. So
yeah,
I'm just slowly but surely weeding out. I've got 5,000 members, and sort of like I'm
right.
going to take this off. It's warm in here now, anyway.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
right,
I think I'm gonna go bald. I might
but
go bald too.
yeah,
I might be-
so the thing is, what with one thing and another, sort of like what a carry on I had, sort of like last week, and then I had a friend who was talking. He says, "You've got two accounts." I said, "Yeah." Well, I said, "If you go on your account, you're there talking on your other account." I said, "I can't be because
right.
I'm not on that account." So then I realised that somebody was pretending to be me. And anyway, for some reason, I got Facebook jail for about
Oh
three
no.
days. Really bizarre. So
Yeah.
anyway, but as well as that, being ill and what have you, I was supposed to go see about another bike, and I'm doing something else now. Friends helping me with this bike here. So the same friends been helping us with the new cameras, and
Okay.
just
think a
body
lot.
camera, but instead it's pointing up
Oh, good.
up the rooftops, and we're getting some very strange
Hmm.
images. Images. I know that I've seen a spider's web, cobweb, and you can see how it moves. Wipe that down and what have you. So we haven't got that, But there's things that are coming down and flying around like rods.
Yes.
We've got a bad connection. I just cannot believe. I just saw one thing out. Just the problem less sorted out my computer. Like we've got a bad connection tonight. Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, was that
Yeah.
you or me, Les?
No, that's actually me.
No,
Let me see. One sec.
was that
So
your?
it's it's actually my friend from Nigeria. Believe it or not. Yep. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good." Yeah, I got to remember to turn off all my notifications and everything. But if I close Facebook, then I can't talk to you and stuff. Can't get the links out. But anyway, yeah, no, it's yeah, it's been kind of crazy because my stepdaughter is she graduated, and I've got family here from Idaho, and then I have my son-in-law. He had left, and he got some amazing stuff on the Spirit Talker. So he actually downloaded the Spirit Talker while he was here at the house. So that's good. Uh-oh. Well, okay. Hey, well, my name is Les, and it looks like I'm on here, and we lost Russ, which is kind of weird. Okay. Well, I tell you what, depending on getting Russ back, we may just start up the session and go from here. So I'm going to let you know that we're about 1,900 feet up here in Georgia, North Georgia. I'm about 5 miles from North Carolina, 5 miles from Tennessee, and we are about 1,900 feet up in the mountains. And there is a Native American stone circle about a mile from here, and there is also um, where I'm at, a place where the settlers were at. And so there was kind of a skirmish in between. So you might actually hear something to the effect of there was a battle here, there was I was killed, you'll hear caves, that type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and start this off and let Russ come back. So that would be fine. And because me and him have done this before. All right. So I'm going to turn on the Spirit Talkers and then the Spirit Music Box. I also have a K2 meter or REM. I got a REM pod. We're turning the REM pod on. Okay. Okay. Whoop. Okay. So if anything gets anywhere near that, like that, can you turn that off for me? Okay. Well, let's just turn it off then. That way it's not so annoying. All right. So I'm going to turn on the Spirit Talkers right now, and we may actually get some. We might get some activity. Okay. And I do have it hooked up to a mixer as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this up. Start. There's one back here. Start. 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 Okay. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the Spirit Music Box. Now, the Spirit Music Box. Oh, hello, Laura.
Night.
Okay, Laura's here. Thank you. All right. Who all is here with me right now? What's your name? I'm going to turn on the Spirit Music Box, and the Spirit Music Box is going to calibrate, and it's going to go through. Oh, Morris. I got a name there. Morris. Thank you, Morris. Okay, now that Spirit
Your
Music Box.
family.
Ooh,
Wow.
just like
So
that. That just said Fred Burial. Oh, hey, how you doing? So I went ahead and started up the Spirit Talkers, and so we're kind of got that going. And I and we have activity. So that's kind of interesting. So whenever the spirit, yes, people can hear you. So whenever the spirit, well, we got a bunch. Okay, all right. And so with the spirit music box, you fight the darkness. Okay, well that's just really weird. It's going crazy all of a sudden. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like nuts.
What did
I'm
you
gonna go
just
ahead and
say
leave you.
then?
Yeah, Jeff, are you here?
Let people
Did
know.
it say Satan?
Huh?
Did it say Satan then?
Battle here.
Oh, it did say it said battle here. All right, good. Let's see. Oh no, it said scream. Yeah, it did say battle here, which is great. It said fort. Yeah, it said fort over here. All right. Okay, so I
Kiss.
skeletons. You don't need your skeletons. Okay. So let's just wow, this is kind of crazy. All right. So we have all these spirit talkers, and I always tell people that all of these phones do not have regular service. They can access demonstrate. Okay, well I am going to demonstrate. Um, so all of these phones do not have service, and but they do access the Wi-Fi. So basically, I always tell people that don't throw away your phones. You can always use them for ghost hunting. You can use them for UFO hunting. But right now, I use a program called Spirit Talker, and it's just a couple dollars. And I'm not trying to sell any app or anything like that. That's really weird how that's going off. So the only way that spirit music box goes off is if there's any movement or like, oh, wave. That said wave as I did that. Did you hear that? It said wave, and I was just like that.
She's here.
Who's here? That's from the mixer. What's your name? Can you make the can you well, that said river. Can you make the music box go off for me? It got quiet all of a sudden, didn't it? Pretty quick. It's okay. This equipment will not hurt
Yeah.
you in any way. So we do have some ghosts here. I've told you about Jeff before. They killed you? But we do have some ghosts here. One that stays in this room is Jeff. And I think he helps. No, he's not a bad spirit.
Is Jeff a bad spirit?
I don't think so.
Injury.
Injury. See, it's in my stomach. Okay. Yep. That's just really weird. It's just really strange. It seems kind of
Ethel.
okay. We got the name Francis. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this again. All right, Jeff, are you here?
Who where?
Benjamin's here. Hannah. Hello, Hannah. No, this is not any type of witchcraft or a devil or anything like that. This is just equipment that's been invented so we can talk to you. You had a good life? Good. All right. So, I don't know why we get that freezing sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna. There we go. Eric. Hello, Eric.
Amelia.
Eric and Amelia. Okay. All right. So it's just kind of crazy up here today.
Hi, Sandra
That's just
from
weird.
Italy.
And we got Raymond here with us too, and it said medieval. All right. That's it. Okay. So let's see if
Drow.
Burn.
I don't think Les has seen.
yeah, no.
Hi
Hey,
there, Les.
hey, how's it going,
A
Sandro?
message.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
Yes.
it's actually kind of crazy today. The spirit music box went off a little bit, but I'm getting a lot of maybe uh some kind of energy. It just feels weird. But then again,
Johnson.
Donald.
Donald Johnson. Did you hear that? That was just nuts. It said Johnson and Donald. Um, it said green eyes. Oh my gosh. Guess what? I have green eyes.
Oh,
Edna. Hello, Edna. All right. Y- Yeah. Wow, that was yeah, so if you ever get a last name and a first name, then just look it up. So that's the way we found Gary and his wife Edith. We just did
Fact.
an obituary search. So I just did Gary and his and I typed in obituary and without giving out his last name, I typed in his obituary and he's from this town. So yeah.
yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Sandro? Yeah, so Sandro's here.
Abigail.
And in fact, Sandro, if you remember last time, it said
Wow.
Sandra.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob. And that one just said, wow. All right. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Now is Florence here? Who all's here? Florence? See, now it just got like really quiet. You've been
What did she
watching
just
me?
say?
It just said I've been watching you. I need to get some more connectors so I can hook up the rest of these spirit talkers to my mixer. Yeah, your head. Don't worry about your head. Yeah, it's that spirit. It's that music box that's kind of crazy. All right.
Andrea.
Hello, Andrea. Children are playing. I think there's a lot of actually. Well, there is a lot of people here. I think that they're kind of coming through. So they're building they're building some houses up here, and they tore off the mountain. And I'm sure that whatever was up there didn't like that the spirits didn't like it because things have been
Uh,
happening here. I don't know if I told you the other night we had an orb that just went like this outside of our window. In fact, Claudette woke me up. She said, "There's something outside of our window," and I looked at it. It was just like this, just going across. And then
wow.
More.
that one just said, "Stop the camera." No, this is how we can show you to people. This is Russ Kellett. He's over in England. Oh, Florence. It said Florence. Hey, all right. Heck
You.
yeah. Heck yeah, Florence. Right there, Florence. Heck yeah. I like that. Nice. My name is Les. Yeah, I like that. I got to step outside real quick and tell my wife that Florence is here. Is that all right?
Right, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Hey, baby. Oh, Grandma's here. Ah, yes. All right. I like it when Grandma shows up. She's really cool. I think I've showed you her picture before. So for
You
those
have,
who
yeah.
yeah, so for those who maybe haven't seen it, we actually do have that's Claudette's grandmother is Florence. And now sometimes these go off, but we know they're not loaded. So I'm going to tell you this. I think that they could they could be
Maybe.
they could be talking to each other. What do you think? I don't know. But it's
It's possible.
yeah, it's kind of I mean it's kind of strange that that could be a good possibility. So for Florence,
My blood.
thank you my blood. Maybe that could be relative. Um so Florence, I'm pausing here because I have a little
Door.
a little a little. Let me start over again. A little light thing that makes it move like a solar move, a
Yeah.
solar little toy, and it's moving. It's just kind of going crazy. So that's good. I like that. Now some of these I don't know when they start talking like really crazy because I just said B and it said because
Vicky.
I like it when it says the words right before I say them. 20. Is that how many people are here? Tell me about. Wow. It said stranger and Ruth. Ruth, are you a stranger? Is Ruth a stranger? Gary, are you here?
Sometimes.
Oh,
Died in battle.
died in battle. Thank you.
I work here.
Don't worry about your arms. I worked here. I honestly think that right where we're at was some type of a fort. It wasn't Civil War or anything like that. I
Bob.
think. Hello, Beatrice. Oh, Bob. Yes. I think it's yeah. It's going nuts. Well, y'all can just talk to yourself, and that's fine. Let me talk a little bit. Oh, remember one time I think it said shush. I like that when it says shush. It said shush. Listen.
Let US rest.
Well, okay. Well, you can rest if you want to.
What?
It said let us. It said let us
What did it
rest.
say?
It said let
My
us
ears, I
rest.
thought it said something else.
Yeah, no, it said let us rest. So instead of saying us, they say us.
Castle.
Right.
Hello, Stacy. That what? Yeah. See, they're all actually going off.
Drain camera.
That's okay. Drain the camera.
14.
There's
I'm
Charles.
really here.
Well, good. Oh, Scottish. Ta-da! That's another bingo. We get a lot of Scottish here. Thank, thank you. Yes. All right. Yeah, we have a lot of Scottish here, and I think that there was some type of a fort that was made up here, maybe some type of a little jail or something. Was there a fort
Yeah.
up here? Can you do that one time? Thank you. It was probably
Mom.
gruesome. I don't. Oh, Mum. Hello, Mum. See, now it's all quiet.
It's ancient.
Do we have any Cherokee here?
Sick.
Be careful. Okay. There's 5. Okay. What's your name? Your name's Killer. Okay.
Dear.
See, then they all just kind of hush.
Red hair.
Oh, red hair. Sitting out in our
Keep going.
sitting out in our living room. My stepdaughter's got red hair. Or daughter-in-law, actually. Yes, yes, we know you're really here. Interesting. Yeah. So it's now. If y'all keep playing with that, I might have to turn it off. Maybe not. Okay, can you do it one time for me? Okay. Very interesting. Yeah. And see now, and then it shuts up. It's like gone quiet now. Challenge. Who all's here with me? Where are you?
Using my voice.
Oh, a pact challenge. Use my voice. Yes, you can use your voice, and I can help. Oh, that's it. Would you help? This one said, "Can you? Who can help me?" That one said, "Who can help me?" And then the one right. Oh, hi, Ellen. And that one said, "Poltergeist." Oh, oh, poltergeist. That makes sense because they could be messing with all of them. Is there somebody here that's manipulating my equipment? Blank.
Matthew.
My arms.
I've
No,
got
not here.
yeah, I've got a feeling sometimes they shush. Oh, now it's saying shush. Okay. Now we're waiting for Russ again. All right. Well, so that's kind of the yeah, that's kind of the thing. All right. Well, I'm going to try to cover this for Russ then. I guess he's having a kind of a hard time with his internet.
I once lived here.
Can you turn? Hello, Leo. I'm gonna. I think what I'm gonna do is. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna maybe restart.
Please take care.
Oh, thank you. I will take care. I was gonna restart the spirit talkers, and here's Russ again. Hey, how you doing, Russ? Are you back?
You know, I'm joking.
Elf.
Yeah, these have been for weeks now. Every show has been good, right? Yeah, and there's been no, yeah, and sort of like,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
like, and what have you. But as soon as we got last week, all the problems
Touch.
and just sorting them out now, flipping heck.
yeah. This is. Can you move that for me? See, I sometimes I'm gonna, here's what I'm gonna do, and I hate to kind of get up, in the middle of the podcast, but I'm I want to get out my tri-field meter and see if I can get any
Illegal.
activity on it because I'm concerned sometimes that these all go off at the same time, and that part I'm not liking that part, but I don't really believe in that part. Does that mean, you know what I mean? Like if let's say if the app does try to spit out try to spit out stuff at the same, every 30 seconds or something. But not all,
Hmm.
but not all of them do that, right? So this is, out of all the times that you've interviewed me, how many times has it not been, that great? Does that make sense? It just, to me, it just seems like kind of give you kind of
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna get out the. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out the tri-field meter, and
Come on.
we're just gonna kind of let this do its thing, and then I'm gonna get out the
Yeah,
tri-field
I'm
meter.
okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Be interesting to see.
Sean.
I'm really happy because I'm seeing a lot more of these tri-field meters out that they're using.
Review.
No, you cannot attach to me. I'm protected. Okay, so right now I'm getting zeros. Let me do this. Good. Okay, right now it's at a 0. Okay, all right.
What did they
And I'm gonna
say?
kinda go
Zachary.
Play.
0, 3,
Are you
4.
playing?
And that's a little up right there. So
Joyce. Military.
Was Joyce in the military?
Let's be friends.
Alma.
Hello.
Face.
I thought we was friends.
I got a little zap right there. I'm gonna come over here real quick.
Bob.
I do have. I mean, I do have quite a bit of energy in here, though.
Recording.
It's at least, even right here. So here's a 1, but over here it starts to go up.
Avoid.
Village.
20, 19, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. So these are all. There's the woods. So it did.
Aldous. Suicide.
See,
Emotional.
Aldous. What does Aldous mean? Have you ever heard of Aldous? ALDUOS.
Is that a name? Aldous.
Yeah, Aldous. It said ALDUS. DOUS. That was kind of weird. Growl. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna restart these.
Nicholas.
Stop. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of restart them, reset them, because I'm. I said forced again. And I would say yes, I did. Okay, so
You don't think who's setting the other off? Do you mean?
Robinson. I'm sorry.
Do you think because one's on, it's setting the others off? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's a very good comment. Yeah, because if they all went off at the same time, that's why I'm going to restart them. If they all go off
Right.
at the same time, then yeah, that there's something amiss,
Forgive me.
something just not right. Because like I said, you've interviewed me many times, and it's just been bam, bam. That just said paranormal, and so I'm gonna stop, and then stop. Okay, and then stop. I'm gonna leave this one here because this one said Florence. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And
Lucille.
there we go.
Chase.
Is there anybody here who can say hello? What's your name? Okay. So that one started. This one started. All right. Okay. All right. So I restarted these. And
Yeah.
okay, I restarted them. Is there anybody here who would like to say hello? What is your name? Okay, now I'm going to start the spirit music
16.
box. Okay, so that one just said 16. How old are you? 16 years old? If you are, you can make this music box go off. I'll show you how to do it. Just fly right in front of it. Okay.
George.
Hello, George. George is here with us. Good. Okay, so
Permission.
yes, you can talk. Yeah, I do see it said you hear US. Yes, I do hear you. You can use any piece of equipment here to choose your words.
Injury.
Do you have an injury? It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. You no longer need your body. Camp. Once again, settlement. Yep. Happened here. Yes, it did happen here. Yeah, so
There.
it's okay. Well, they want me to tell. I guess if there was some type of a battle. I don't know exactly the history, and that's something that I need to do. I need to kind of find out a little bit more the history on this mountain. That way I can give some more informed type of answers. Yeah, so it's today's kind of weird. It just seems it's got kind of a weird vibe. I mean, does that what do you think, Russ?
Great.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Yeah, it's just it is. It's just kind of off today. But it's almost as if there's some kind of confusion in here.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I have noticed, Les,
Hmm.
that we get. I put out on, what do you call it? If you see me tinkering, I will sending to Facebook, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
to say that we're going live, and nobody's come on Facebook,
Wow.
and I think it's the we're getting like Sandra. He came on putting things up on YouTube. But
Right.
you know, like last time when you first go on to Facebook, it
Hmm.
says you've got to send them a link so that it says that we're using Facebook as using StreamYard.
Okay.
And then you'll get all these people on commenting, and it hasn't come on again.
Right.
You know,
Right.
since I've been in jail and hacked, it's done that again on this.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
just
can't
really.
see anybody. You know, you know when you
That's
do yours. You know when you use your
my
podcast
StreamYard.
on Facebook.
Hmm.
Did you have to send a link to your Facebook like I did last time?
I have mine set
You
up to
know,
go to
like for
Facebook.
the comments to come up.
Hmm. But the
Can you
comments don't
remember?
always. Yeah, the comments. I just said nice to meet you. Yeah, the comments don't always show. But they don't show the name. That one just said recording.
Yeah, some
I'm gonna.
do. It just depends if you're friends with them or not.
Right.
If you're friends with them, their names come up.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
but there's nobody on. There's nothing's come up on Facebook.
Yeah. That's
It's all
really.
coming up from. I'll just have to sort that out. I'll have to go into later on and have a look.
Yeah.
I forgot how I did it now.
Yeah. I had to kind of like turn some of these off because I'm just. It's weird, but this is one of those things um where there's a lot of energy and the energy could just be like floating around, it just could be so just kind of stirred up.
Yeah,
Yeah. But because for me the spirit talkers seem to just be doing their own thing. They just seem to be just going off, and it's just really strange. But like yesterday when I did it, it worked out. It was really cool. But then again, I wasn't really filming anything, and so I just I'm a little bit. I'm going to say I'm disappointed today, actually, because and I apologize because but it's one of those things. It's like you just don't know. Um, you know what I mean? Like it just to me it seems off, and I just don't know. But then again, as we know in this field, things happen, and I'm sure it's happened, and we know it's happened with you too, because like I lost you a couple times. Oh, there we go.
yeah,
Think about connection with ghosts and aliens. Okay, yeah. Sandro just left a comment. What do you guys think about connection between ghost and aliens? And what do you think about ghost and aliens, Russ? Do you think that there's a connection?
Um, well, everything that lives dies, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, now the problem is, and this is a big problem. We know that there's aliens because people have met them, like myself, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other people that have met them, sort of like. Obviously, there's a conspiracy
Mm-hmm.
because although one famous case where it was retracted, sort of like with Roswell, it was retracted.
Must be aware of each.
and
Oh,
we still, we still haven't got an answer from the government saying that they live, they're here, or that they exist. People
right.
are saying all the time in the newspapers, "Oh, a statement from the Pentagon." There is no statements. What they're saying is, these things are maybe Russian or maybe Chinese.
I'm gonna look over here. I got something that if it's over here, I'm gonna show you, and it has to do with MUFON. Hold on.
So the thing is, at the end of the day, nobody from the government have actually turned around and said that they're here and they exist, right?
Yeah.
What is it, Les? I can't.
So it's a magazine. This is the MUFON Journal from the Mutual UFO
All
Network,
right, yeah,
and this is their
right,
stance on their position on paranormal activities in the UFO magazine. I
right.
wonder. I
And
wonder
what does
now.
it say?
Well, let's see. Let me just look this up and see. This is on the
You know
January.
the funny thing about
Mhm.
investigators. This is from my point of view about any investigator. I'm not really interested in what they think or whatever, right? Yeah,
Right.
because
Yep.
I've never met one really. They're always on the line. They never cross over the line. Sometimes they even go so far as to say they don't believe in aliens, right? Yeah, these are
Mhm.
people that are in a group studying aliens, etc., UFOs, right? Yeah. So as an abductee, contactee, and super soldier, I can tell you they're here, right? Yeah,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
they're here on every continent, and all the governments know and have got something in common, and that is they're all governed by people and by money and by businessmen, right? Yeah,
Yes.
there's things going on around the world. People are being taken, people are being made slaves on this planet, underground, in bases, and on other planets, right? Yeah, there's a war
Mhm.
going on, right? That's from me as an abductee and super soldier. Now, the thing is, I'm not really interested in any of what anybody thinks
Right.
investigates, because a lot of them don't get off their asses and investigate,
You
right?
know
Yeah,
what?
a
That's
lot of
exactly
them,
right.
the only time you see them investigating on TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
when the cameras are there and they're taking somebody to something that happened 30 years ago, and they've never been there before. When the likes
That's
of
right.
me have been these places for many years. So that the problem is we've got big money making, sort of like series on television and what have you, and it's spewing out the same bilge every week. Every
Uh-huh.
week's the same. There's nothing new comes forward. The only people doing anything new are the people on the YouTube channels and Facebook channels.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
the only ones. This is why people are not. This is why the cable companies, the BBC and alike, they're all worried because their ratings have gone down because
Mhm.
people are watching, sort of like the programs on either is it Waku and what have you, or on sometimes it's YouTube, and there's all these other platforms. So just think how much money they must be losing.
Yes.
They're churning out bilge. You'll always get people that'll sit down and say, "Oh, have you seen so and so? Have you watched so and so?" And you go, "Well, no, I haven't watched it actually for about 5 years."
Yeah.
And sort of like I only watched it a few times. It's like people are like not wanting to watch BBC anymore. They're not wanting to pay the BBC anymore.
Right. Okay,
You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna. I found this MUFON's position on paranormal activities, and then I also found a letter to the editor on the
Yeah.
exact same thing. Okay, so this is their stance. This is written. I'm gonna try to cite this as best as I can. This is from the MUFON Journal, January 2023, number 657, and this is written by Dave McDonald. And this is MUFON's position on paranormal activities. There seems to be much confusion and misinformation concerning MUFON's position on paranormal overlap with the investigation of UFOs. I hope to make this clear as ever. Okay, here we go. I hope to make this as clear as any earthling can make it. I'm reading this right off of here. This information was covered in depth at the recent MUFON symposium in Denver. Our mission statement is the scientific study of the UFO phenomenon for the benefit of humanity. During the course of the standard investigative process, if there's paranormal overlap, yes, it should be included in the investigation. It should be included. Once again, I'm saying it should be included. I wonder why. Why I wonder why it should be included. Okay.
What should be included? Sorry.
Paranormal overlap.
It broke up. So.
In fact, there's a special form, Form 7. Oh, and I could probably show it to you, but in my book, but I probably better not do that. Okay, so there's a special form, Form 7 in the CMS program.
Les, you broke up, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You broke up, so I can't understand what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, can you hear me now? Am I okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that they actually have a special form that you fill out. So why?
What for?
That's what I'm saying.
In case you have what form is?
For paranormal overlap. Oh, let me see. Paranormal overlap right there. Paranormal overlap. Okay. Yes, it should be included.
Paranormal overlap. So what you're saying, really? So, because UFOs are paranormal, full stop anyway. So the thing is, what they're saying is, if you're on an investigation investigating UFOs, there is a form that for an overlap, which is maybe for something which overlaps. So what they're saying is basically, not only are you seeing UFOs, but there may be something like ghosts in there, right? Yeah. Or maybe that you might have something else, movement, sort of like
something weird.
A spirit, like what do you call it? Poltergeist. There might be things moving around, sort of like outside or inside.
Right. Now I'm gonna read this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna read this to you here. It says, we recognize that paranormal phenomena are real. Right there. We recognize that paranormal phenomena are real and often appear in submitted cases. Oh, hey Sandro, thanks. Thanks for the nice info. Now, having stated that, let it be clear that MUFON does not investigate the paranormal as a standalone issue. We only investigate it as it relates to the UFO UAP case at hand. MUFON does not have a sanction or Bigfoot group.
But the UFO is paranormal.
Yes. Yeah. And it also says
all it means, paranormal, is outside the realms of science. That's all it means. I think somebody, they need to get the shit together.
Exactly.
To be honest, pardon my French, they need to get the shit together.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to read just a little bit of this letter to the editor. Okay. MUFON, science or paranormal. That's what it's called, science or paranormal. Okay. I've been a MUFON field guest. Now this is written by Greg E. Sedbrook. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says, I've been a MUFON member and field investigator for several years now. It might be just me, but I'm sure seeing telltale signs that this organization is taking away from science-based fact into the realm of the paranormal world. Well, it just said that we don't do paranormal.
It is paranormal.
Yeah, and then it says right here that they're
That's like saying you're taking away the facts from paranormal and putting them into the paranormal.
Yes, exactly. Right. It says, correct me if I'm
That's double
wrong.
Dutch.
Yeah, but it says, correct me if I'm wrong, but in my opinion, anything having to do with or associated with
You're
paranormal just
wrong.
doesn't seem like science to me. Real science is based on hard, repeatable facts. Hypotheses are made, tests are performed, and then put out into the scientific community. Okay, well, that's really nice. How many times have I called Florence out and she just came out? Is that science?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, yeah, it's a
Can I
study.
repeat it? Yeah,
It's
and
a
can I
study.
repeat it? I sure can. I can show you
Yeah,
all the
because we
repeats.
do it every other month. We'll say, sit down and see what happens.
That's right.
It's like going out on a skywatch, see what happens.
That's
see if anything
friggin'
turns
right.
up.
That is friggin' right.
You
Yeah.
know,
So that's
that's
why
what
I
you call research.
no longer with MUFON. Anyway, and I'll just throw this over there. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so for them to even acknowledge it, we think that means something. We think that does really mean something. The way that I feel, yeah.
You've
On the
got
other
to
side,
acknowledge something that's happening.
yeah,
How
UFOs
can
are
you
still on
not?
the other side. Yeah, UFOs are still on the other
I
side.
mean,
Now,
look at it this way, right? Look at it this way, Les. And you'll know about this as well, living where you do. You know, you've got Bigfoot. And it's like someone turned around to me and said the other day, oh, we don't believe in Bigfoot. And, you know, sort of like, well, why not?
Right.
Well, why not? You know, sort of like it's, again, paranormal. Oh, but it's not. But it is.
Yes.
It's cryptozoology.
Yes, exactly.
But you don't know.
Yeah.
You can't really say, because is it a missing, and is it you know, an animal that hasn't been found? Is it a human?
Right. Oh, right.
You can't
Definitely.
really say it. Or is
Yeah.
it paranormal? It's paranormal because try to get one of the little blighters, or it is quite hard to do. You know, sort of
Exactly.
like try to catch one
Right.
is hard to do. It's harder to catch a Bigfoot than it is a UFO.
Okay, yeah. So this is gonna be golden then to you. And I don't know if Sandro's still here, but I'm gonna show him this. Okay, this picture that I'm gonna show you is from a town called Judsonia, Arkansas. And this me and Claudette were watching this gentleman, and she's a caregiver. She was watching him, and the snow was really bad. We got snowed in. Okay. So let me zoom in here a little bit so you can see this.
Wow.
Do you see these jacks? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this. I showed the people at the Bigfoot Museum yesterday. We have a Bigfoot Museum in Blue Ridge, and I showed that to them, and they said, yes, please send that to our manager, the owner, because that looks very suspicious. I'm like, well, thank you. Yeah. Because when I zoom out, let me zoom out. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see any other footprints over here? No. And then there's something over here that just stopped. So how can I take a picture? Or if I was over in this area, you'd see my footprints. But there are, that would be me walking right in front.
You're seeing your prints there and back to where you are. Unless, of course, you jumped away and came all the way around. But you'd have to be an athlete to do that.
We have
you know what I mean? You'd have to jump out of the view.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to just narrow it down. But you see, this is why the best thing to do is take shots of it all around. Around. You know what I'm saying? So that they can't try to say no. The other thing you need to do is you need to get something at the side of the prints to show the size of a normal footprint.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like
and I wish I would have been
a glove or a hat or a tape measure. Yeah, if you had a tape measure, you know, you need to do all these things.
Yeah,
it's standard.
Sure. And the thing is with that, with that picture, I could figure, okay, I'm going to share it with you let me share it with you one more time, because this is what I'm thinking we could do. You could actually do this. Okay. You could actually try to measure the size of
There's a
the building.
tightrope track where it's one in front of the other. That's
I'm
right,
sorry.
Sandra. Yeah, they're called a tightrope track. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
1 foot in front of the other.
Yeah, and
You
this is
know.
actually the nonibus continuum is with us. Sasquatch body mechanics are different, and they do not. Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. So what we could do is you could actually try to determine the size of this building. This building would be at least 7 feet
Yeah.
high, at least. I mean, we're going to say at least 7 feet high. So if you took that, then it would take somebody to kind of come over here and kind of get an idea, because if it's 7 foot high, my foot alone would only be as wide as one of these walls. Okay, so not even that. So this very first foot over here looks big, and then it gets smaller.
Yeah.
But you don't have 2 feet. So I would have to step and look. And if you look, actually, let me do this. Let me just zoom in on the footprint. Why not? Let's try it. Let's see. Okay. See the heel pushes down. And so if I would have to walk on my heels to maybe do something like this. Does that make sense?
Oh, of course it does. Yeah. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
I would
pressure
have.
behind that rather than.
Right, and like you said, this one over here was one that. Let me look over here because yeah, that looks like I did come in here and turn around in that part, and then this one over here. Now, Arkansas has a lot of Bigfoot, and in fact, if you've ever heard of the legend of Boggy Creek, that's
Yeah.
Arkansas as well. Yeah, and okay, maybe he's got to take a leak. My footprints go narrower before I get to the end. Yes, they do actually. Measure from heel to heel or toes to toes to get the size of the gate. Yes, that would be a good idea. Yeah, that would be kind of a good idea.
Measure the size of
Yeah, if you
measure
had
the side of the heel to
mhm,
heel,
right.
and then from the toe to toe. You know,
That
there's
would
something that's always amazed me. I mean, I watch a lot of Bigfoot
the gate.
programs now,
Mhm,
with that lady zoologist and what have you.
mhm.
Oh, I forgot what they call it now. They call him Meyer or something, and there's that guy, ex-army Russ. And I've been watching that with interest and showing all these, like the trees, like the
Tree
artwork
structures.
and
Yes,
say
tree
again, sorry,
structures. They're called tree.
the structures.
Mhm.
And when they're talking about bedding down, there's something I can't get over because it's like they're always saying, like, well, they're in here. And I'm thinking, I'm a big guy and I'm nowhere near, I ain't even 6 foot, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I take up a lot more space than that. You know
right.
what I mean? And I'm
Yes.
thinking to myself, sort of like, I would have imagined that
Mhm.
the structures would be, a lot bigger. Does that make any sense?
Oh,
You're
yeah,
not going to
there's
make something small. I
mhm.
mean,
Oh,
sort of like
no.
I won't get my fat ass in, sort
Yeah.
of like if you know what I'm saying. Being
Right, right.
serious now, and I'm thinking, how does that work? That something that's supposed to be 7 for the female and 8 foot tall for the male, or 8 foot for the female, depending on the species of them,
Right.
to 9 foot for the others.
Yeah.
Sort of like I'm thinking to myself, some things, like to squat down and get in there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not taking it away. But then again, who says it is? Who says that Sasquatch or Bigfoot? I've definitely been in there.
Yes.
Because the
Uh,
problem is, and this is the problem, when they take the readings off of the sort of like airs that they find, and or fur, you
Mhm.
know, it doesn't come back as unknown, you know.
Right, and yeah, oh, definitely,
But
yeah, definitely,
then again, I'd be very dubious of taking any evidence, right? Yeah, from my
mhm,
own experience with metal from a flying saucer,
right,
I'd be very careful of taking any evidence to any institution,
yes,
anywhere,
yeah,
anywhere.
exactly.
I'll be
Um,
honest with you.
sorry, I'm
Unless
kind of looking down here. I actually have a,
I won't let it out of my sight, Les. I
oh,
won't let it
right,
out of
yeah.
my sight.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's something you don't want to do. So what I'm gonna do right
Yeah.
now, I'm actually um, getting a picture here that I captured off of TV. It was, and I apologize if uh, I apologize if I don't have the citations, but this was taken um, from a Bigfoot show, and I think this is from Ken King in Arkansas. So that I was able to kind of get out. So let me pull this up here right now. And what this is, what I'm going to show you, I had the same thing at my mom's house. Okay. So what this is, it's a tree, and I'm calling this the Bigfoot tree. All right. So let me share this here with you. And this is something that's pretty typical. And I've got one of these at my mom's. So here we go. Let me show you this right here. And that. Okay. Now, it's got moss on it. So it's probably going to be at least on the ground, as you can tell in this area. Now, how does it fall? How does it just magically fall right down into the V, right? Okay. Now, let me go ahead and stop that since you saw it. Okay. So at my mom's house, I got to get all my Bigfoot pictures together because I've got a bunch of different. I've got tree arches that grow like this, that grow like
Right.
that. We've got a bunch of those, but at my mom's house, there's 3 of those. Remember how that one was laying down like
Yeah.
this? Okay. At my mom's, there's 3. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then there's one laying down in between all 3 of them. So if it was to be like this, let's just say that was the log, there would be like 3, just maybe like that. And there's no tree branch, there's no stump, and at the end of the tree it's broke off. So, and it's in the middle of the forest. So think about this. If they were, let's say these guys were out there working, they were building something.
Yeah.
How plausible is that they just took a tree and we're going to lay it down in between 3 of those other trees? How, what's the coincidence of that, right? And also the wood on the tree is also torn off, so it's scratched off. Now, yesterday we were at my mom's house and we noticed that there's this one tree that was standing up, and all the wood all the bark was ripped off, and then at the top up here it was broke. It was broke right off. Just broke right off. So how in the world does a tree just break off at the top and still stay standing? Oh, it would if you did this. If you held it and went crunch, it's going to stay up just like this.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
If you go crunch,
I mean,
this
that takes some strength to do that.
yeah. So I've got a picture that I got to find it. I got a picture of a tree that's broke right on a highway exit. So you're driving down the freeway and you have the exit to get off. There's one
Yeah.
right there in the middle where the grass is, like, where it turns off like that, and there's some grass and a tree in the middle. Oh yeah. I have a tree, and I've got some good pictures of it. I just got to find it, got to get them organized. But the trees broke off at the top. Yeah. So yeah, and when I was at the Bigfoot Museum. In fact, oh, here we go. Here, I'll give them a little promotion. Here's a little promotion. Bigfoot Expedition Bigfoot.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's upside down. My bad. Yeah, Expedition Bigfoot.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
That is
Right here.
brilliant, is that?
Yeah. Yep. Blue Ridge, Georgia. Yes, Expedition Bigfoot. Actually, that's the way it should look right there.
Yeah.
Just
That's
like
better,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I showed it to him. I showed him those pictures, and they're like, And then I said, people around here, they don't joke around about Bigfoot. And they're like, no, they don't. And even my daughter, she's like, well, I'm still kind of skeptical. I said, yeah, of course you got to be, because you don't live around any forest. You live on a dry land. You live out in the South
Yeah,
Plains, and then in the cotton fields.
yeah.
So there's no trees out there. So that would make it. That's why you have all these people. That's where you get a lot of your non-believers at, to where they're like, well, how can it be? It's just because you haven't been in where I am. You haven't
I
been
know
in
what
this
you're saying.
forest. And so we've heard some crazy stuff. We've been hearing crazy stuff. We've heard screams. Now we think that the screams are probably panthers. And because we do have panthers up here, and not really mountain lions, but and even people have told me, they're like, oh yeah, that's a panther. Um, so
Wow.
yeah. So as you know, let's see. Yeah, we wouldn't know about Bigfoot without the Hendersons over here in Belgium. Exactly, Sandro. Yeah. So that's one of those things where we have to really present a lot of evidence that is just very straightforward, and don't make fun of anything,
Oh
because
no.
it
No.
just minimizes it.
Yeah.
And um, so that's just
Yeah, I know what you're saying, because I mean, the thing is, what Sandra's saying, that he wouldn't have heard about Bigfoot without the Andersons. Um,
yeah, that movie, The Hendersons.
the Andersons over in, I don't know. I don't even know what the Andersons is.
Oh,
Sorry.
the Hendersons is, I think, about kind of a Bigfoot show, or
Is it
about.
a kids program sort of thing?
Yeah, yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie about it. Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, because again, as well, something that is a bit. Of course,
right.
everybody remembers Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Always, remember where UFOs and Bigfoot came in to that
Yeah.
series.
Right. And
You know what I mean?
now here's something I'm going to tell you. When we talk about TV and the media and that kind of thing and movies, and me and Claudette said this a while back. We said that we think that this year, um, you know, we think that you're going to start seeing more UFO type things, to where you can see aliens in commercials, for soap, or aliens for food, or aliens for whatever. But you're seeing more and more of them that way. And I honestly think that they are priming us for something, because when they do come, they'll be like, oh, look at those cute aliens. They
No,
want it
but
to be
you
kind of
won't even know that they're here by that time. The
right.
problem is what is happening, and
Mm-mm.
this is a big problem, right? Yeah, because people are not listening. That there's people being abducted, there's people that remember, and there's people
Yes.
that don't remember, right? Yeah,
Right. Mm-hmm.
there's people that are having implants put in. Now,
Yes.
the problem is, what I'm coming across is there's more and more people that are believing that for some reason or another that they've had an implant put in them, right? Yeah. There's other
Mhm.
people that appear to be not sleeping well. They've had the especially with the COVID-19. There's people that are saying that there's odd things that have been happening.
Right.
There's sort of like marks on the bodies. They think they've got an implant, sort of like in the neck or some part of the body or in the ear. And like myself, I've got one. I had one
Yeah.
that took out my arm years ago. Stupid, really silly thing what I did at work. But the thing is, there's more and more people going missing around the world
There
to
are.
the numbers which are going to sort of like nearly 500,000
Mm-hmm.
in the UK alone. There's
Yes.
there's people going missing in all these countries by 500,000 and millions in the bigger countries like South America, America, and Canada, like
Yeah.
Europe, like sort of like all of Europe, Africa, and over like in Asia and Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So the problem is we've got all of these people that are going missing. We've got all these people that are saying that they're not saying they've been abducted, but there's something wrong, and
Mm-hmm.
feel as if they've had something, an implant in them, right? Yeah.
Right.
How long will it be before people realise that someone is coming and taking you and implanting you?
Yeah.
By then in the next, I would say in the next sort of like 5 to 10 year, maybe everybody in the world will have been implanted,
Yes.
right? Yeah. What
Yep.
for? Because I'm telling you now, as a super soldier, and I'm not saying this bragging because I am knackered, right? Yeah, pardon my French,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I'm coming across super soldiers and people that have been abducted and talking sense now and saying, this is wrong. Forget about all the nicey or, sort
Yeah.
of like love and light. Let's look at the reality, right? You're taken, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Without consent. You're taken without consent. Abduction, that's what it means. There
Mm-hmm.
is these, if you have a look at into the Stockholm syndrome. We talked about it the other night about the brain's capacity to sort of like um, to find the common denominator by the
Mm-hmm.
people that's abducted you
Right.
or taken you hostage or whatever to keep you alive, to find something that you and them, right, yeah, have in common. The other
Mm-hmm.
thing, this happens a lot with women in relationships where they've been not nice relationships where they're getting beaten, and this is called trauma bonds, right? Yeah.
Oh,
So
a
trauma
trauma
bond,
bomb.
exactly the same thing. Where some women they always like get the same kind of men, and it's a trauma bond, and they seem to be
Yeah.
attracted all the time, etc. And it's
Oh.
science. It's actually science. Now the problem is with
Oh.
this,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
You're
is
right.
that it works. You can see. So the thing is, this is why they're saying, "Oh well, it wasn't that bad," because
Mm-hmm.
they've got to say that. It's to keep them alive, right? Yeah,
Right. Yep.
it's to
That is.
keep them alive. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying this. They don't realize because unfortunately they're on the mucky end of the stick, if you know what I mean. So
Yes.
they're saying, "Oh well, it won't." The other thing, if these women are having babies, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
isn't that rape?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
Um, how did it sort of like come about? Were it impregnated, or whether it was
Oh.
impregnated, or whether it was put there like like test tube babies. Some women remember the actual sexual activity. So I mean,
Oh.
sort of like what we're going on is we're talking about mass rapes.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Wow.
what they're saying is people are coming forward and they're saying they remember being abducted, and a
Right.
lot of these women are claiming to have had hybrids, sort of like, so the thing is, this should be a worry. This
Yeah.
should be a worry to men as well, because men are saying they've had the same type of procedures taken place, but mostly women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
And
people realize there is a problem? Forget the niceties of this, right? Yeah. Forget the
yeah.
nice. There is no niceties. You know, sort of like you're being taken without consent.
Oh
People
yeah.
have been made to do things against the will.
Yeah.
And you'll always get these people that say, "Oh, but you said before that it was okay before in a previous life." These are people that read other books and it's just a theory because I've read a book with somebody's theory. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about reality as
Yeah.
somebody who's been taken.
Yeah.
Different thing altogether. Different
Yes.
thing altogether. So what I'm saying is, you know, like wake up before it's too late because we have a big, big problem. It
Right.
won't be long before everybody's implanted and you'll have to do as you're told because at the end of the day, no matter what you say, right, yeah, the
Mhm.
government are working alongside these aliens.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
in some countries, the government there might be a free tier system where you think one party is, you know, sort of like running the country,
Mhm.
but there might be a free tier takeover where there's things going on where, you know, before a party's got in, another party was in before them,
Right.
and
Yeah.
they made a pact or whatever, and they can't get out of it. So you've got people still in, not in power, but in politics, trying to do whatever they're doing. And
Yeah.
then you've got the new people that have come along, and maybe they've made a pact with another alien race.
Mhm. Oh,
So
sure.
you might have a conflict of interest in one country,
Right.
and you
Oh,
might
yeah.
have that might be happening in every country around the world.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
tell. You can tell. I mean, I've only got to look at my country to make me realise there ain't no point in me voting ever again.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No,
and
yeah.
we have a problem, and that is, you know, serious. You know, there's something going on here. I've told you
Mhm.
what's happened to me, and
Right.
it's even worse than that because I haven't told everybody 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I had talked to you before about my friend Bill Howard and how he actually has a movie. Now I got to find the link because I don't know if he might have brought it down or not, but it may be on Roku and Plex. But it's called "The Incredulous Case of Aliens, the U.S. Government and Army and Arnie Smith." And he's just a basic, he's a filmmaker from I think North Carolina. And boy, we watched this movie and it just blew us away. But it was exactly that. It talked about abductions, and especially in the Four Corners area of the United States, there's a lot of abductions there and people that they can't find. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Russ, it's been good
yeah.
talking to you, my friend. And we need to get together again and maybe do
Right.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with Spirit Talkers, but at least Florence was here. She might have been here to kind of take care of everybody. So, but
Well, you never know. You never know.
yeah, but hey, we had
There's
a
a
good bit.
reason
You know
for it.
what? We had a good Bigfoot discussion.
Yeah. What I was trying to do is I would try to get people to sort of like come on and you know, sort of like there is a way, and I would try to do it from like one of my mobiles and one of the what do you call it? One of the what do you call it now? One of the mixing desks. What I've got, you can put a what do you call it in a mobile phone, and people
Oh,
can
right.
ring that mobile phone,
Yeah.
mobile to mobile, and you can do it on
Oh, that'd be good.
WhatsApp, so it
Sa-
don't cost anything.
Sandro's
I'm
like,
here.
don't quit now. Sandro's like, don't quit now. Yeah. But yeah, the energy is really weird. If you want, we can try turn the spirit talkers back on just to see what we get. Because it's been
Yeah.
it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute now, a little bit. And so maybe the energy, if they all start going off at the same time again, hey. But thank you, Nana Boss. But now Sandro knows. Sandro has seen the shows where it's just like crazy. All right, so I'm going to turn this one on start and turn this one on start. Woo. Okay. And then
We're not going yet. We just
yeah,
we're just doing an experiment again.
Yeah, I'm just kind of in a weird way. It just seems like they just don't seem to be.
You know, something, Les, I'm the same.
Yeah, you get kind of in a funk. You know, it's kind of like a funk.
Yeah, well, I've just come off of some of my medication, so.
Oh, that was just say that. Okay. All right. So let me start this other one back, and I appreciate you sticking around, Sandro. Too. Let's see.
And if anybody wants to come on the show, Sandra, if you want to come on the show, and who else is that? Nana, is it?
Oh, Nana Bus.
Nana Bus, yeah. Boss, sorry. If you want to come on the show, just message us. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can contact us on Facebook. There's something I'm
Yeah,
going to have to ask you, like, after we've come off of here, just have a look at something for me on my computer, which is this Facebook, because I'm not getting any messages from Facebook.
Adventure. Is there anybody here who would like to say hello? What is your name? They just said beginning. Okay. Well, yes, we're starting this up. Okay, so we got the spirit music box. Okay. All right. Thank you, Nana Boss.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. You're with your children.
Spirit.
That just said, well, you heard what it said. That one just said spirit. Is there anybody here who can move the spirit music box, the music box right here? I'm going to move it like this. Watch this.
Screaming.
Okay.
Screaming.
So the proximity. So if you look on it, you can't really see it too close, but it says EMF, light, pressure, humidity, movement, proximity, and temp, and are humid. So there's many different things that can make that go off.
Yeah.
And for it to go off, oh, my lungs. I like when that comes up because we have the Burra Burra copper mines around here. So, breath and my lungs. Okay, so maybe we're back in business. All right, and tell me your names. My name is Les, and this is my friend Russ. Can you say hi, Russ?
Hi there.
Please don't stop.
Did you hear that? It said, please don't stop. Okay. Well, we won't stop.
Hello, what's your name? Hello, what's your name, please?
They got quiet. It's okay. You can talk to Russ. Are you still here? That's a jail. That's a jail. Did you hear that?
I've been told that before. I'm belonging.
Yeah. Yeah. Facebook jail, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Ray.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that one just said Raymond. Okay.
We occupied this land.
Ooh, we occupied this land. Okay. So Raymond is here with us. Oh, Leo is now here with us. Okay. Thank you, Raymond and Leo. So Narba said that they'll get in battery. Narba said they'll get in touch with you. So yeah, just get a hold of me, Les Durant, and or on Objects and Orbs Facebook page, and then we can get your contact information to Russ, and then he'll get you a stream link So that's what we could do. We figure out a way to get a stream link to where we can add people to come on. There's some people I want to come on, to bring on, and like my friend Bill. I just said thank you. Okay. Like my friend Bill, I need to get a hold of him, the filmmaker. He's got a lot of cool. Go left. He's got a lot of cool stuff. That just said go left. Hello, Michael.
Brave.
It just said yes. It just said I'm going to approve. I approve. I'll be here. 3 children here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yes. Wow.
Spoke to you last week, Les.
Oh, I'm not about. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Sigh.
Sigh. Oh, and I tried to do this in stereo for all you stereo people. I tried to put left over here and right over here. And then that way you can listen to the spirit talkers. They're on the left and right. See,
I'm alone here.
you're alone here. There's some people here with you. What's your name? Oh, a vortex. Scarlet and Matthew. I just said, what's your name? And it just said Scarlet and Matthew. Thank you, Scarlet and Matthew. And it also said Vortex. Oh, it's Marty. Okay. Hey, Marty. How you doing? Is there anybody here from the settlement? Can you make the music box go off for me? Remove. Knife. And I got, I do have a feeling sometimes too that the app just needs, there's always going to be times when there's a little bit of a glitch, but
Yeah.
but for me to ask names and it just came, yes, you are dead. But for me to ask names and get 2 of them on 2 different.
Yeah. Different.
Yeah. Yes, you are dead. But don't worry about being dead. Your spirit lives on. Ain't that right?
Don't ask me. I don't know yet.
I mean, at least, yeah. Okay, so I was watching the show today. What is that? Oh, that one just said goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
That one just said bye. Okay, we'll see ya. I watched the show today regarding orbs.
Yeah.
If you watch paranormal, like paranormal television, not paranormal television, but if you watch like
Paranormal Caught on TV.
Caught on TV, yes, paranormal caught on TV. There's a
I'm on that.
Oh, are you really? Okay.
Yeah,
So there's a something up in the it's like a chandelier, and you can actually see the orb going by it as it moves.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
did you listen? Right, I was told last night that when the king got crowned, the coronation,
right?
They said that this weird shape walked down. Do you know about this?
Yeah, no, tell me about that.
If you put in ghost at
Okay.
King's coronation.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
I was only told about it last night, and I've only just thought now just to mention it. Does anybody else know about it?
No, I'm writing it down. I'm gonna have to look at the ghost at King's coronation.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you're very well. That's it. Thank you for talking. Well, thank you. Thank
Hello.
you for using my equipment. Oh, all right. Ghost at King's coronation. I'm gonna have to look at that. That's
have
nuts.
you put it in? Can you put it in, Les? Or
let me look it up here. All right. Let's see. Ghost at King's coronation, right there at King Charles' coronation. Whoa.
Yeah, so it's there. Yeah.
Feel.
Wow. Caught on camera. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh my gosh. I'm just kind of like But
remember that whole ceremony, right? Yeah, goes back. It goes back thousands of years to Syria, right? Yeah, he's supposed to get crowned. Anybody, in in the UK, because
Mhm.
that means United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
and that goes back to sitting on the stone of Scone. You know, the
Mhm.
Scottish stone. You know about that? What
No.
they say that we stole the English stole them, what have you? Well, you know, sort of like it's like
Right.
anything else in it. Whoever's got it last, it's theirs.
Mhm. Right.
Country.
We are
It
watching
used to
you.
belong to us, but it doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's
Yeah.
you know, sort of who's got it now owns it, sort of
Right.
thing.
Mhm.
Um, you know, sort of like so. It's a case of, but it goes back to initiation, a ceremony. You know, from the
I have
so-called,
many
is
regrets.
it Anunnaki?
Yeah.
You know, from the
That's
Anunnaki.
Mhm. Oh, the
You know,
Anunnaki, yeah. Okay.
yeah. I mean, and the chair that there is a chair that you're supposed to be um, sitting over. I think it's in the Vatican,
Sun.
and you know, for whoever sits in it, it'd have to be something like 50 foot tall.
Oh, okay.
You know, this
Right.
chair, it's so big,
Mhm.
it'd have to take something 50 foot tall, 100 foot tall to sit in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, comfortable.
Mhm. That's probably why they have those big chairs.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
you know, and I mean some of these doors as well. If you have a look at some of these doors, what people walk through, and you think, well, why would you make a door so big when a human, even 6 foot summer, would open it and look up, and you think to yourself, well, obviously,
Yeah.
back then in the 1500s and what have you, people weren't as big as what they are now.
Right.
You
That's
know,
that's
sort of
true.
like
That Mhm.
a normal size, you know, male
Yeah.
would only
Right.
be about 5'6", if that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And colossal, you know, sort of like buildings with massive doors. What for? What were gonna go? What was gonna go through those doors?
Right. That's a very good observation. That's a very good observation. The fact that those doors are so tall. Yeah, why?
Yes, some big was gonna giants. Now again, right where I've been abducted, the place where I was taken, right? Yeah, the whole
Mhm.
area. When I had a look on the map, it says um, this now then this moorland, you know, like moors,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, and so it says moors, moor, you know, like and it says Ilkley Moor, where there are famous little green man of Ilkley seen, and when you come back from Ilkley to near Skipton and Bingley, where I were abducted, right? Yeah, there's a place, and it says Rombles Moor,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And when I looked at the map, and it says there was a special map, and it was called Tetley's Beer, and it says Yorkshire Beer, and it showed you all the places, and it says
Mm.
Rombles Moor, the history, and it says Romble was a giant who lived on this area.
Wow. Yeah,
Now, not only did
Sandro
I
just
see,
Sandro just put down giants in our history. Isn't that far-fetched, actually?
yeah,
Yeah.
um, no, it's not, because the thing is, um, where I was abducted by these 15-foot aliens,
Mhm.
right? And this whole area,
Okay.
there's Rombles Moor, a famous giant who threw these stones in a he got in a fit of rage.
Yeah.
Now, when I started looking into UFOs and aliens in this area where I lived over there, right, I started getting people talking about they were coming across seeing giants walking
Right.
around at night time near this area,
Oh, wow.
going
Okay.
on towards the moorland, near Druid's Altar, walking over where this new dual carriageway had been built. You know what I mean? So I mean, this is people, and going back to old magazines, 100 and 200 years old, talking about these strange things,
Right.
about giants that had been seen.
I had a friend of mine who lived out here near the forest, and she told me, she said that she used to talk to the giants, and they actually gave her a walking staff. Yeah, and so she said she's seen the giants, and and that's totally amazing because you know, I've totally heard about them as well, and that's something that, you know, if you look at a lot of UFO history, you'll and a lot of petroglyphs as well. You'll see that. Now, that's weird. Oh, that just said children around me. Yeah. Oh, Sandro even said that there's some in the Bible even as well.
Oh yeah, I mean it's full. It's full. You know, Nephilim. You know, the Nephilim that came down,
Right.
and you know, there were these giants. You know, sort of like this is where it all spans from, really.
Wow.
You know,
That's yeah. Sandro said there's some even in the Bible, which is interesting too, because Oh, did that just say? That said okay. That said Pat, and then the other one said 6. Yeah. So, whew, you're gonna well, don't touch me. Said we will touch you. It's like no. Uh, it's kind of mellowed out, hasn't it? Just a little bit. I mean, just here, it seems like it's kind of mellowed out. I'm happy. You know what that just said? This one just said, "I'm happy. I'm happy for you to stay."
Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
Wow. That yeah. How in the world? Okay. How in the world is that coming up? Right. Like yeah. There's like oh yeah. Yeah, that's them. Yeah. I'm just gonna. I'm a little bit freaking. I'm not saying freaking out, but I'm just saying, oh, this is kind of cool, Scott. I'm just think that this is kind of cool because it's giving us these long sentences. And boat. See, I don't know why boat comes up, which is weird, but oh, little boy around me and children. And I've got, you know what? When I went up to that hill that they're tearing down today, I went over there, and it said children around me, and then it said there are children here. Now, you know, a lot of those orbs that we have seen could be some kind of children running around. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
This is it. Nobody truly knows what they are. I mean, I can tell you when I look at something, I'm saying, right, I can see cobweb, a spider, but I can't understand things shooting up, things just appearing in the middle of the sky and disappearing and then flying across. You know, sort of like there's loads of stuff I've been really looking at.
Yeah.
You know,
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And
you've got to investigate, haven't you?
Yeah. And the thing is if I can repeat it, that's one thing. But if you can't repeat it, hey, that's a whole nother thing too.
Yeah.
Circle. Yeah, I've got you know, on my YouTube channel, I have a video of 2 objects that come down like this, and then they stop, and then they split, and they go like that, and then they go out.
I've just found something very similar myself the other day. something, a line comes and it goes into two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thinking to myself, wow, I've sent you. I've got a load more to say. I couldn't send them because on that downstairs is what I
Right.
used to send. So I'll
Okay.
do that later on tonight.
Yeah.
So listen,
Right.
I'm gonna get off because I've got to go take my medication again
Okay.
before I go to bed, and I don't want to take it too late because it makes me feel ill. But I'll say it right. So basically, thanks to everybody that's taken part in the show,
Mhm.
and you know, as usual, me and Les have had well, I have had a fantastic time.
Well, thank you. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I always
Well,
enjoy talking to you.
yeah, well, it's you know, there's a lot more that we're trying to do. There's
Yeah,
a lot
and
more we're trying to
I've got
do.
more. I do have more planned as well. I have some things planned. I'm gonna use my my bug zapper, and I'm gonna use
You said, yeah, it's a good
yeah,
idea.
and all that. Yeah, and so that way people can kind of see what's going on outside and make up their own decision. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
so I'm going to say thanks. I'm going to say thanks again, and to everybody that's taken part as well.
Thank you,
Sandra,
Sandro, too, Sandro and
Nana
Marty.
Boss, and everybody that's been on. And good night. God bless to everybody.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Russ. It was good talking.